All right, welcome to the Unstable Podcast, episode 44.
Word.
Oh, Jerron, stop, please. You're trying.
I'm getting high.
Oh, God. Anyways,
It's
another
lit now.
exciting episode.
Lituation.
Stop talking while I'm talking, goddammit. You are just one step above an intern.
Wow. Yeah, there she went right at it.
I'm your host, TV's Claudia Jordan,
What the fuck is going on around here?
with my co-host,
Oh, angry.
Steve Wilson.
What's
who-
happening?
Have you gained any weight this week?
I'm up 5 pounds. I don't know if
Great.
you noticed this. So
you got
I'm
your,
up.
you got your period?
What the fuck is going on around here?
And we've got J-Ron in the studio, the whitest black guy or the blackest white. The whitest black guy or the blackest white guy?
I'm the blackest white guy.
The blackest white guy.
Oh.
So
me.
you're dark white.
I'm
The broads like it though.
Well, the exact
Darky
opposite.
broad.
The exact opposite of darkest white is our new guest here. We have Thomas Jones, actor, football player, and he's a rising star. He's doing his thing in the entertainment business. Thank you for joining us with this
Thank you for having me.
shit show of a podcast.
But
No,
here's the
it's
crazy
dope.
thing,
I love
Thomas.
it.
You know he had you in his fantasy league. He
Oh,
just
yeah,
happened to
what-
look over. Was like, oh shit, I had him in my
yeah, I
league.
had you in
Oh
fantasy
yeah.
a few years. Yeah.
What's your team? What team you have a specific team that you root for or watch?
Always the Chargers.
Oh, you from San Diego?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
But
Oh,
I picked you as a free agent on my fantasy football league. You were on the Tim Tebowers.
Tim Tebowers. You know
Yeah.
what's so crazy? I played 12 years in the NFL, and I have no idea how fantasy football works.
Really?
I'm walking through the airport. I was coming back from Miami 2 days ago, and somebody stopped me. He's like, "Oh my, you won me so much money on fantasy football." And I'm like, well, "Okay, well, where's my cut?" I still don't know how fantasy football works.
I wish
Okay,
I could help you.
we
but I don't
can,
know.
Jerron, you want to jump in. So with fantasy football, you can pick different players from different teams. Like, okay, I want the running back from the Patriots. I want this quarterback from this team. And what those players post up, like their stats for that week, get them points.
This ain't no real
Okay.
sport.
Right,
Because you
right.
can see the chick no more than me. This ain't no real sport.
Oh no, it's a
I don't
real
like this
sport.
at all.
No.
Well, I worked on a
football's
fantasy football
serious.
show.
Well,
Right,
I know.
right.
Well, I know that people take it serious because a lot of fans, because when I came to the NFL, there wasn't really fantasy football wasn't that big in 2000 draft, and over time, people start getting upset with players and saying they suck because they didn't get them
Lost
fantasy
money.
points, and I'm like, what? How does this happen? You don't like them because they didn't get you fantasy points? Like,
Fantasy points.
See, in your position as running back, you want somebody who is like a Mike Allstott. Remember, like
yeah,
on
I
the-
played with him in Tampa. Yeah,
Right. So you want him like he's on the goal line, he gets the touchdowns. That's 6 points, you know?
Okay.
So like if you run for 70 yards, we don't want that. We want the touchdown scores.
You want the touchdowns,
Right,
okay? So
yeah.
you could have 200 yards and no touchdowns, and you still suck.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's
Got it.
crazy.
We don't want that.
Wow.
That is crazy.
So 12 years in the NFL. So just run down your teams real quick for us. 5 teams you played for, right?
Yeah. I was drafted in the first round.
Oh, shit, you got paid. Hey.
Okay, first round.
Seventh pick overall by the
Okay,
Arizona
DMs.
Cardinals.
Wow, okay.
So I started off in AZ.
A lot of white girls out there.
I don't have a problem with them.
I
okay?
wouldn't know.
You didn't go through them in Arizona? That's kind of like a rite of
No.
passage.
I mean,
damn, why
not
she
really.
throwing him under the bus?
Honestly, I spent more.
Been on 5
I spent
minutes,
more time in
goddamn.
LA than AZ. We were so
Okay.
bad that I didn't even.
So you
really
like
wanna be out
Mexican
there.
women,
Armenians
okay.
got it.
No, there's black. There's a lot of black people in LA. Actually, there's a lot of black people in Phoenix too.
Yeah.
You just
They
have
got
to look,
niggas
you
in
just, you
Phoenix?
just have to look for them.
Good looking black men.
You just have to look for
Yeah, I
them.
wouldn't
Women
see
and
him. I
stuff.
don't know. I don't know.
And then I played there for 3 years on a 4-year deal. Didn't work out. Got traded to Tampa Bay right after they won the Super Bowl, so I just missed them. Winning the Super Bowl. I played there for 1 year as a free agent. Under the last year of my contract with the Cardinals. Then I was a free agent and I signed a 4-year deal with the Bears. Was in Chicago. Played there for 3 years. For some reason, I could never finish my contract. Either I got traded or cut or something. After Super Bowl 41, I was traded to the Jets. Played in New York for 3 years on
That's
a 4-year deal.
Bills Mafia had to get up in you.
No, I actually had my best game against Buffalo. 2000.
I don't believe
best
ain't no
game-
proof. We ain't got
my
no clips on this show.
See, Buffalo's awful.
YouTube.
I don't like y'all attitude.
No, hey man, it is what it is.
This is
Buffalo.
Bills Mafia.
No, I love Buffalo. I mean, I got a lot of my yards on them.
There you go.
But then I got released by the Jets, which was crazy because I was second or third in the NFL in rushing and touchdowns.
They've done that to a couple of players. They seem to like get rid of people when they have a good year.
Well, a lot of people do that. Obviously, they don't want to pay you. They owe me a lot of money my 4th year,
there
so they
you go.
released me. And then I signed with the Chiefs and finally played my contract out, 2-year deal. So I played my last 2 years in Kansas City. So 12 years. Yeah, I retired. My last season was
Damn.
2011.
I'm joking. Can you ask
Damn.
questions?
You got some. Okay, take some water,
Can I
nigga.
ask some questions?
Yes.
You all right?
Jerron's a fantasy football player.
I got choked up. He's talking
no,
about
go
the
ahead.
NFL. I just got emotional.
I want to talk about his.
I hate the Patriots, so we need to go ahead and start.
We're together
there,
on that one.
I know you're a Patriots fan.
Thomas, as confident as a man as you are, you should
Well, you know,
hate our winners.
Listen,
man,
drink
I
your
hate the
water. That
Patriots.
sounds horrible. Jerron, what was your question?
I play for the Jets too, so you know that's our biggest.
I know.
rival,
We
so.
always whip your ass though.
Nah, not actually. We actually beat y'all a couple times. when I was
We had
there.
even a broke clock is right twice a day. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, we got a couple of W's on you at Foxborough. That was
When's their
some of
last
the best
Super Bowl
wins.
win? The Jets. When's that?
I don't know. I actually don't know when any of their Super Bowl, any of those teams' Super Bowls is. You know, at some point I was just I was an employee because I didn't know where I was going to end up.
Right,
So
no, I feel
wow,
you know,
That's an
NFL's
impressive
like that.
career, though. You've had an impressive career,
Thank
and then you cross over into acting,
yeah.
and now you're doing your thing. So how's
Listen to this,
that
dude.
been?
Listen to this bush. Listen, he's not gonna stand.
I was gonna see what happens. That's all.
Oh, how do you feel about? Yeah. So should
It's
we?
the national anthem.
I'm conflicted right now. Do I kneel?
No, this ain't a game. I mean,
Is a water cooler I can sit on? Or,
right.
or what?
If you were playing in the league right now, what would you be doing when the anthem comes on? Would you be kneeling? Would you be standing? What do you feel about that?
I would definitely be kneeling.
what if the team said you
mean,
couldn't though? Like Dallas. What if you played for the Cowboys?
I would be kneeling. I mean, the reality is this, man. Like, you know, everybody knows that. Everybody knows this. You know what I mean? It's not about the anthem. It's not about the military.
Right.
It's about police brutality.
Right.
You know, you've got all these things, you know, that the NFL has causes for. You know, you have Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? We wear all pink.
And they make you guys do
Exactly.
it. They get a check.
So, you know, and then you have, you know, domestic violence awareness and, you know, but it seems like when it comes to, you know, 70% of the NFL is black, when it comes to issues in the black community that NFL players want to bring attention to, it's a problem.
Right.
And we all know what that's about. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, everyone has their own decision to make based off of either their integrity or their income. And I've always been the type of person that chose integrity over income.
And you're pretty vocal on social media about politics, and you definitely have opinions, so that's good.
Yeah, very, very vocal. I think being in the position that I'm in, being able to have had success in the NFL and then had success in other fields, which I love to inspire other players to do, not just be an athlete. I think it's very important that I use my platform to speak up on a lot of these things because a lot of people don't have that voice. And it's very important for people to understand that we are with you guys. You know, sometimes when people get successful and make money, people that aren't as successful or don't have as much money think that we're not the same, but we actually are the same.
Well, see, that's powerful to hear because a lot of people don't know that. You know, that's very powerful to hear.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think an NFL player would say something like that. That's very powerful to hear.
Well, if I get pulled over, I have the same amount of anxiety that any other black person.
Oh yeah, because
has.
that hue is a motherfucker.
So,
It ain't gonna wear off.
Yeah, it's being black is an extreme sport. In
it is.
America.
An extreme
You know what I
sport,
mean?
wow.
It is. I mean, so you know, when you have certain people that don't speak up for the cause, it's kind of like, well, at the end of the day, that could have been your cousin or could have been your uncle or your aunt. And at the end of the day, it could be you because if you get pulled over by somebody that don't know you play for the Broncos or play for whoever, then it's another black person that got pulled over. So we all in the same boat. Don't matter how much money you have. At the end of the day, we all in the same boat.
What about Omarosa? She in there with us?
No, she's not. She's thrown overboard.
Well, you got to ask that question, Jerron. I mean,
she's thrown overboard, and we can just watch her try to figure it out.
that's why I wanted to ask that question because we talked about this. Like, she's still a part of the black community.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she is.
So
she's
listen,
not.
the president of the United States called a black woman a dog.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, do we?
I think that was code for bitch.
I'm saying, really, it was. It was.
It was.
But I brought up the thing yesterday. Like, we've all had a crackhead in the family steal from your grandmama.
No.
I told him that's not normal.
This is totally different. This woman
And you gotta let her back in the family.
this woman literally knew this man was a racist.
Big time.
Knew this man was incompetent.
Big
knew he
time.
didn't like black people. And she said everyone's gonna bow down to him. And it wasn't until things started going wrong that she jumped ship. And now she's trying to get invited back to the cookout.
Yeah, she is.
No, you can't do that. That's the one thing for me. Listen, if you an Uncle Tom, Sambo, Coon, whatever you call it, you better be right.
But she
Because no, what I'm saying, you better make when you make that decision to be that, you better be right. Because if you're wrong, now you have nowhere to go.
Exactly.
Because it's a sick family member, so we can't.
Because black people will support you to the end until you disown them.
Black people are too forgiving.
Here we are. Because the Bible says forgive.
Okay, so the Bible that the white man wrote 300 years, 400 years after the instance happened, okay, tell you this. And they use the Bible. They use religion against us constantly because they know we're always going to go back to that. We got to start questioning some of these things because they don't live like that way. These heathens, these colonizers, they don't.
Well, I think you got to question a lot of things. I really do. You know, a lot of times is people in general, you know, sometimes especially black people, you know, we've been taught to, you know, not ask questions or not be curious out of fear, whether it's religion, whether it's government, whether it's, you know, the laws,
not question authority.
You know, authority. Whether there's really a Santa Claus, whether
bullshit Constitution,
anything. You know what I mean? I think that's a lot of the issue is that we don't necessarily educate ourselves on the root of all this stuff. And I think if you do that, then you understand where it comes from. Then you'll have a better understanding of what decisions you should make in regards.
That's
to
why they cut
issues.
education, though, brother. They don't want us to know.
We can't make that mistake that the same thing we're asking of white people, right? Mm-hmm. And then we go ahead and go against it. Meaning this, when white folks see KKK, alt-right, white supremacists acting an ass, we expect the ones that don't think that way to stand up to them and to not just go with them because of their skin color. And there are a lot of white folks out there that ain't having it, that are not with that white supremacist shit. You can't say they're all with that. They're not. So we cannot just give cover to her just because she's a black woman. Yes, I can say it's very disrespectful what Donald Trump is saying, and I do not appreciate him calling any black person a name, but I'm also not sympathetic to her because, and on one hand, I'm like, yes, spill the tea, we appreciate that, but you're only doing this now because he serves you're not benefiting from him anymore. How long do you know this behavior existed before you jump ship? With me, I was cool with him for years, okay? The day I was project manager and I got fired on Celebrity Apprentice was the day he made this claim about the offer, I'm giving $5 million to whoever can provide a birth certificate on Barack Obama or passport application, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And I did not rock with him since. Made a clean decision, clean break. That was it. Because to me, that whole birther thing just was too close to newly freed black folks and white people asking for their freedom papers. And that's exactly what it felt like. I did not rock with him after that. It was a dog whistle. And I could have definitely stayed around and benefited from that relationship, but I did not. She chose to stick around knowing he supposedly said all these things. He, you know, all these things he said about us, but until it was okay with you when you were making that check.
But so are both of y'all serious though?
This was all part of our.
Are y'all
I'm
you guys
serious.
No, I'm saying, are you guys serious with you? So you accept her back into?
I think that y'all only don't like her because she sold out our community. And I think that's a problem that you won't forgive her for that.
That's a great reason.
Look at him.
I think it's part of her plan.
I don't know if he's serious or not.
No.
Take him for his word, though, and go in. Feel free to go in.
I mean, are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, exactly. Because I was looking at you like,
I have to play the devil's advocate, but I would never. Come on now.
Okay,
Jaron.
Yeah, it was part of her plan. She was doing some recon for us in order to
for
take
us,
Trump. Right?
I hate
for the black community. See, so she went inside there recording everything that happened inside the White House to get some dirt to take Trump down.
She got the leaders of the HBCUs going in there looking dumb as hell. Take a photo op, made them look really
black
bad.
Pastors.
And when she said,
she's a nigger wrangler.
When she said, we will all bow down to this man. Mm-hmm. She said it so delusional, like it was like a bad she's like a bad
Sarah
villain.
Huckabee Sanders
because she was currying favor with Trump, getting on his good side so she can be trusted by him.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to say something I've not said, and if I would have done CNN today, I would have said this. One time, Donald Trump made a disparaging comment about black men to me in the very beginning of our friendship. Mm-hmm. I checked him immediately and told him it was not okay what he said.
What'd he say?
He told me that not to date black men because it was a waste. Do not waste my time with a black man. And I said, why would you say that to me? I'm a black woman. I'm not one of those that you think I might be. I'm not. And he said, they don't have any money. I said, so you are saying the entire black community, the entire black race, they are just not dateable for me because I should date someone rich. And we had a discussion about it. I educated his ass on what he said, how wrong it was. And he never again said anything. Now, I'm not defending him and saying he doesn't say racist things. I'm saying he did not do it around me.
But what about the black men celebrities that whose asses he kissed, Mayweather and all these other people that he constantly praised and came to their games and fights? And what about those? They have money, so what about those people?
So he likes them.
Yeah, but they have money, so what is he talking about?
He probably thinks, you know.
This dude contradicts himself all the time, man. He's not smart. He's not a smart man.
So my thing is this. If you tell someone, they're going to act the way you let them act around you. And I was bold enough and brave enough to say that, and guess what? He respected that after that. Now, I'm not rocking for the man that he's become now, because that's a different person than what I knew. The person I knew was not this person. He has changed dramatically, and I didn't know.
He's a 70-year-old fat old white man. Of course he's changed.
So my thing is,
I don't think he's changed. He's just free to be who he always was.
How about that? Facts.
He's free to be who he always was, because when you have people cheering you on and supporting you that are like you, and you become the mascot for them, and you really believe that you're untouchable, which he believes,
he sure does.
Then there's no limit that he can go. And I think that's what's happening right now. That's why someone like Omarosa, she sold just her soul. She sold her melanin. She literally is a disgrace to the black community.
Well, she is.
and to be perfectly honest, it's like, I hate to say that about a black woman, you know what I mean? Because I love black women. I have 5 sisters, beautiful 5 black sisters, and my mother and aunts and cousins, beautiful black women friends, beautiful black women I've dated. And I hate to say that about a black woman, but unfortunately she put herself in this position. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy that you would sit there and you would embrace this type of situation, and on top of that, you recording everything. So now you looking even more like a scumbag. Right. So not only did you sell your soul, but then you recording everything and snitching and telling. It's just
snitched on 2 other sisters.
It's a whole bunch of crazy.
She's going back and forth.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy. She can never come back.
Never.
Oh, okay. What if she can produce those tapes of Trump with those N-bombs?
It's not going to matter.
Okay,
it's not going to matter.
Let me ask you guys
his approval rating go up. I bet it would.
Do we need?
It would. I'm not joking.
Do we need audio tapes of him saying the N-word for us to believe that he may in fact be a racist? Do we need this?
What is
that breaking news?
No, you don't. He's already said what African countries, black countries are shithole. I mean, if you just go down what he's done.
LeBron calling him dumb sons of
Mexicans
bitches.
are rapists.
I mean, he's already called black women dogs, basically, when he called NFL players sons of bitches. Like,
yeah.
You know, I mean, he's what's so crazy to me is that people literally say he's not racist. Or, you know, what about if he wasn't racist before the election? And then on social media sometimes, you know, Twitter, you know, I'll copy and paste his Central 5 articles, or how he discriminated against black people in the housing discrimination lawsuits. And it's like, no matter what, I saw 2 people had a T-shirt on it say, "I'd rather be Russian than Democrat."
Yeah.
I saw that.
But black NFL players that kneel during a game are not patriotic. Miss me with the bullshit.
Right.
But it's all a game. It's all a game.
And trust me, I understand how it can feel when you're like, well, he's done something for me, right? Because in the very beginning, I struggled with that for like 5 minutes. I was like, the guy that I knew wasn't behaving. Like, at first I'm like, wait, you were like this the whole time? I just didn't know? Like, were you acting around me? Were you just not showing your true self? And I remember things he did. And then, you know what? The more I'm open. The more I saw, the more I'm like, whoa, you know what? You're looking at it from what he did for you. What you have to look at it for what you did for him. Exactly.
Because the reality is, for him to have Omarosa, have black people around him, Ray Lewis, Jim Brown, Steve Harvey, some of these people that go to the White House, Kanye West, he takes photo ops with these pastors, takes photo ops.
Dennis Rodman.
Then that gives some people in his fan base a legitimate reason to say, see, he's not racist. Exactly. He's taking a picture. So it's all a game that he's playing.
For sure.
And most of us have it figured out. The ones that don't have it figured out, unfortunately, they never will figure it out, or they don't want to figure out, because he fits the agenda for what they want people to believe and see.
I'm really tired of this administration using black people as the prop. Like, all of a sudden now they really care about black unemployment numbers. And then Sarah Huckabee Sanders got caught lying the other day. She tried to diss Barack Obama and say, you know, Donald Trump has created 300,000 African-American jobs. And Barack Obama in his entire 8 years only created 130-some thousand, something like that. And really, she was all off, because really during Barack Obama's administration, it was 3 million jobs for black people were created. And so she had to apologize, and even in her apology, she did not mention the 3 million number.
But she said she's not apologizing. She said she apologizes for misspeaking, but she doesn't apologize for the jobs that were created by them.
Is it a lie, or did she forget a 0? I mean, guys,
listen, Steven.
It's a lie.
He likes to play the devil
alternative
sometimes.
facts.
It's so crazy how lying has been. I mean,
it's the norm.
They won't even say lie. They call it a mistruth.
Misspoke. In politics, people lie. In politics, that's just the game. People lie. People throw dirt on people. The whole goal is to get elected. You know what I'm saying? But just like the lady Pearson. What's her name?
Katrina Pearson. Also was arrested for shoplifting at JCPenney's. I would like to I don't want people to ever forget. These are the people that are speaking from their moral high horse.
A shoplifter.
But then she said she lied to further the conversation. She didn't want to talk about it anymore, about the Trump tape.
Right. First she said that she did not hear it. She was not aware of Trump using the N-word. He did not say it. Then when Omarosa dropped the tape, where she's on the tape saying he said it, he's embarrassed. They said put it to bed. Then the bitch had to come out, and yes, I did say bitch. Came out, and she had to backtrack once again.
What do they all do?
But guys, what are facts? Okay.
I love Jerron.
There's no such thing as a fact.
It's all about. You sound like my ex-boyfriend.
Your
There are
opinion and
absolutely
what
things called facts.
There's truth. There's truth. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but there is truth. I mean,
he's fucking with you.
No. But that's a good question, because a lot of things that we know, like we were saying earlier, as far as just sometimes the black community, we hear things that make sense, that seem like they would be facts, but it's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I don't understand about some of the Trump supporters is, you can hear something, you know what I'm saying, and assume it's a fact, but they don't do any type of extra research to even see if it's true. I know they don't care, but it's just, that's what's mind-boggling to me, that somebody could get up there and lie to you, to your face, and you just okay with it.
I won't even do the research. It's right there. You turn one channel over to CNN, you be like, oh, they've been lying?
It's fake news.
There you go.
So what are we going to do about this?
Somebody was in my comment section, and they said, I posted a video of, I forgot her name, but it was basically her talking about Donald Trump and black people and just, white supremacy, and she said a statistic about how long it would take for the average black family to catch up with the average white family's wealth. And she said the statistic, it would take so many years. I don't know, it was a lot of years.
They said the average black household is 17,000 versus 100 and something thousand white folks.
But she said it, and I posted it, and somebody went in my comment section and said, oh, this is a joke, it's a lie. And somebody actually went in my comment section and posted where the guy could find it, and he said, I don't care, I don't believe anything, this is and I was just like, he said, get off your lazy ass and get a job, or something he said like that. And I said, well, won't you get off your lazy ass and actually look up what this person added you with?
That part.
So yeah, it's I don't know, it's just super frustrating.
It's sad times right now. Like, I'm so over it. I'm so ready to go, and I don't mean go. I mean go somewhere Caribbean. Like just
conversation again.
I'm not. It's not suicide talk.
Not that.
I'm ready to just go.
We got a lot of shit going
go
on
to Puerto Plata, DR. That's where I was for the last 3 years.
I like DR.
Puerto Plata.
I've been there. It's dope.
Dominican Republic.
That sounds like that costs too much money.
Nah, but actually, nothing in Dominican Republic costs that much money. It's super cheap.
Even the girls, $50.
What?
For the bad ones.
It's super cheap over there. I mean,
$50 for.
You can
I
go
used to have
there.
a problem. I don't do that no more.
He says pay prostitutes. He had a kid for like 9 months.
It's a
but
long
then he found
story.
it
I used to have a problem back in the day. I'm normal now.
He puts broomsticks up girls' butts too.
I used to have a problem. I don't do that.
No,
but
you should. You should really check it out. It's dope. I was over there for 3 days. Nice little vacation. Nice little getaway. Not expensive. Stayed on a nice resort. All inclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like a commercial for the DR to me, nigga. Sound like we going.
I had a great time.
Let's get to some hot topics or just things that are in the news. A disturbing news story came out today. There are 300 Catholic priests that have raped, molested, abused at least 1,000 kids in Pennsylvania alone. Now, a lot of the cases the statute of limitations is up. So they're not able to do anything. They have to change the laws.
These people are already lawyers now out in the community.
It was so sad. I was watching one of the interviews with one of the guys, and he said that he never had kids for fear that it would happen to one of his kids. And one of the kids were as young as 18 months old that got molested by these Catholic priests. Now, they take a vow to not have sex. And I think they need to change these laws, don't you think?
Yeah, they got to do something. Because that's really bad.
People are trusting their kids.
That's only in Pennsylvania. That's not worldwide.
Oh, no. They are getting ass. Like these priests are
Oh,
running.
my
They are
God.
running. They're running
They
through
are.
them. They are.
I mean, that's just. I mean, first of all, man. I mean,
They're gonna bust hell wide
I'm
open.
not Catholic or anything like that, you know. But I mean, this is what you're dedicating your life to. You know what I'm saying? And you scarring these kids' lives forever.
That's 300
It's-
families changed forever.
Well, what about not having sex makes you want to alter boy ass?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I don't know.
Pedophilia, I don't get that at all. How you
Well,
can just
some of these colonizers are trying to normalize pedophilia. You saw the guy that's up for Congress.
I saw that.
See, I'm sorry, colonizers, publicists. You know what I'm talking about.
I just love that.
Crackers. They are trying to normalize pedophilia.
These
They
pilgrims,
are
yeah.
pilgrims.
Right.
I saw a report on a guy that said, yes, I'm a pedophile, and he's also running for
they
office.
actually had a TED talk on it.
Like he's saying it like he's, you know, in this administration, in this time, anything goes. Like no one's like everything's just like, oh, okay. Well, I see their point too. No.
Why is that not a huge
Corruptness has been
story?
normalized. Corruptness has been normalized.
And lying and just filth.
Yeah,
That should be a huge story about pedophilia. They trying to normalize it. That should be huge.
I'll tell you how it would become a huge story. Let a black celebrity, athlete, politician try it. Try to say some shit like that these people are saying. Try to say, I'm a pedophile, and then go run for office and see what happens to your black ass.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Right.
We can't, listen, Barack Obama, his biggest controversy was his scandal. Was he
smoked
wore
cigarettes.
he wore a
wore
tan suit.
Oh, tan suit.
Michelle Obama showed her arms one time.
Yeah.
We have straight up
Skank.
pussy pictures of our first lady now. We have straight up
No, but the lips wasn't open though. I saw the picture, but she
Okay.
didn't open her lips like Hustler.
No pink.
She wasn't sitting there with her
She
lips
has
open.
girl
like,
on girl shots
She
that are out
wasn't.
there.
I saw the
And
picture.
I
She
saw,
was respectful.
I saw pilgrims
respectfully
arguing.
disrespectful.
Right.
I saw pilgrims arguing, saying that it was art. The picture of her with the other girl.
It
But
was because they were
Michelle-
just touching each other.
But Michelle Obama's arms were offensive, and she was disrespecting the office.
Can I ask you one question?
No, you can't.
I'm serious. I want you to ask you one question about
Absolutely.
Michelle's arms.
What?
What color were they?
They were brown.
That's what I'm saying. Very disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. My point.
It's the hue. It's always the hue.
Why are they so? Well, I know why they're so afraid of us. So I told you guys before, back when Clinton was in office, white folks, they had it locked down. It was like 80%. You know what I mean? 85. They're going down. This is like the first year, last couple of years, that their birth rate is lower than the death rate. They're not making advances as far as like their population is not growing.
All that cold making them sterile.
It's the Kardashians' fault.
You stupid.
I'm serious. They're after all the black men and all the white girls.
It's
see
only,
that.
it's only 5 of them bitches.
So
they
they're-
ain't taking out everybody.
So they're muddying the white waters.
The white girls see it. They want a black guy.
That's
they want to be
true.
like Kim and Chloe and Courtney and them. Yeah.
That is true. It is a movement.
All right.
Wow.
So Thomas,
It's
do you
the
have a
same
lot
thing.
of white women in your DMs?
What the fuck is going on around here?
Because he's a chocolate, good-looking brother. He's sexy. He always has a lot of video. Listen, ladies.
Quite the segue.
What is your Instagram? Is that just at Thomas Jones? Is Thomas Jones RB?
At Thomas Jones RB.
At Thomas Jones RB. Ladies, he often you can find him with his shirt off, just giving a message. Like I don't even put
will
the. I don't even
never
put,
go to his
I don't even put the
page.
volume up. I just look at it. I don't put the volume up. I just like watch it.
I ain't
And
going to
so-
your page now. She told me.
I don't
that.
even know what he's talking.
I'm on vacation.
Oh, at
No,
the DR.
it's been going on for a couple of years,
I'm on
Thomas.
vacation.
So-
No,
Thomas,
no.
you're often with your
The
shirt.
majority of my posts are either something funny or something political.
Right.
Lately they've been a little bit more because I just signed a 2-year deal with Wilhelmina Models.
Nice.
And so I had
So
a
we're gonna get
dope
more
photo
shirts off
photo
shots.
shoot, and it was just I'm just kind of letting
I've been doing
people that
push-ups.
follow
I'm gonna
me,
do me one too.
know what I'm doing. So
You don't have to.
see,
jump.
look, he brought it up.
There
right
we
here.
go. Look. Okay, let's count this. Let's count the
I'm not
pictures.
going to that nigga page.
Listen, Jerron, you can help me out. So
That's
let's-
me on
one,
that's me on ATV.
two, keep
That's
going.
me on ATV.
Okay, keep going.
I'm at
Yeah,
15
no, he
so far.
good.
Right.
Look good.
See?
He good.
Look.
Looks great. 3. Oh,
Yeah.
no, there's a nice 4, 5. Abs.
Yeah.
6.
That's
Yes,
not
get
that's
that.
not shirt off.
Ew.
That's not a shirt off.
It's a body shot. Listen, why are you apologizing? This is great. This is good stuff.
No, I'm
Hey.
making sure that you don't hype this up.
No, come on.
You just
I
hyped it up.
follow you.
Look,
I see
look,
this.
Where, look,
Oh, another
look.
one. Oh, that's 50 Cent.
No, that ain't me.
The one on the left.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
No, that's 50 Cent.
We're up
ain't
to
it?
9. Keep going, Jerron. Keep going. He's 10.
That's
Okay,
not
that's
a
enough,
shirt
that's
off.
enough, that's enough.
That's
We
not
don't
a
need to
shirt.
see
That's
no
not a
more.
shirt off.
That's
You count the
enough.
shirt open as a shirt off. You can't do that. That's
Yes,
not
I-
a shirt.
yes,
No. A
absolutely
shirt
can.
open and a shirt off are two different things,
Okay,
Claudia.
well, we can see a chest. Keep going. This is great.
We don't need to see this
Look
nigga.
at that.
Oh
Great.
Lord.
I think the comments. You gotta read the comments. I mean, it's thirst trapping. Yeah.
No, that was one of the photo shoot pictures. I'm showing the photographer love.
You're right. It's just
As a
art.
stylist. Yeah, see, I'm showing
Nothing to
love.
do.
I mean, you get laud, a homil, my laud. Fix it, Jesus. OMG.
Yeah, read the comments, Teron.
No, stop reading the comments.
What else they say?
I mean, I need some shirtless photos on my Instagram if that's the case.
Listen, Thomas, I need you to just embrace your sexy. There's nothing wrong with that. Like,
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying on my Instagram, you've seen my Instagram.
Live your truth.
The majority of my posts, are either something funny or something political or something motivational.
Yes. I definitely.
Can we just agree on that? Can we agree on that?
I definitely go to your page for the political.
I'll tell you one thing. That picture ain't funny, nigga. I know that much.
What do you go there for more? The political
nice
post
looking,
or the
I didn't know you posted
company
political
post?
posts.
You said that earlier. Rewind the tape and you'll hear what she said earlier. You were very vocal
I
about
made it Twitter.
being very vocal politically.
On Twitter.
She not reading your
God,
Trump comments.
look, she can find a way to
She don't care about Sarah Sanders Huckabee. She touching herself to your pictures. Gotta listen to your damn political thought, nigga.
I'm like, what words?
This nigga over here thought provoking. The problem in the community is she almost nutted.
More oil, Thomas. More oil. Nah, your pictures are very nice. So follow Thomas Jones RB on Instagram if you want the latest in political news and for like comedy. Thought-provoking
and
posts.
shirt off, obviously.
I post whatever I feel.
As you should.
Yeah, I post whatever I feel. Like
Just
I said,
so y'all know, go to my page. I'm taking my shirt off now.
Mine's off right now.
No, listen, you don't go to my page. I don't want to. You're not welcome on my page. Right. But no, I mean, I post whatever I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? If I see something that makes me upset or something politically, I'll post it. If I'm feeling in a motivational mood, I try to switch it up. You know,
but let's not.
I'm a real person on social media. I'm a real person. Respond back to people.
Let's not deny the shirts off pictures because they are nice.
Do you pull that move in which you post like a shirtless photo but like a thought-provoking quote underneath?
No way, never.
As I think of my future and move forward
to
the abyss.
You standing on top of Runyon Canyon. If you put a knife in my back and pull it out, it's not progress.
Yes. Send me out to the wolves and I'll come back running with the pack. What?
No, I would never do. I would never. Me and my sister laugh at people that do that. We'll send each other. I'll be like, what does this caption have to do with this picture?
So let's go around the room and come up with thought-provoking posts that you would put with your sexy picture. What would your sexy thought? If you had a sexy picture, you're like, I gotta post this picture. What would your thought-provoking picture?
The pussy is free because the crack costs money.
And that's your post?
Yeah, that's my post.
Okay, Jerron?
KRS-One. Just wanted to drop that.
If you squeeze it and you ain't getting no juice, it ain't worth the squeeze.
Thomas, do you have one?
What the fuck?
I'm still trying to figure out what he's talking about.
Who was that?
They don't have to make sense.
They don't. That's the thing.
I was quoting KRS-One.
No, they're just quotes.
Oh, okay.
What would be my caption that doesn't go with the picture?
Like, say you had like a sexy picture you want to post, but you're like, okay, I gotta put it. You gotta to like tone down the sexy. You have.
Why
to
don't we just pull up one and just see what he said?
Oh yeah, do that.
Man, we ain't gotta ask the nigga. Just go to his page right there.
I wanted a live one.
Or let's get a live. Well, no, I ain't gonna take his shirt off. I'm gonna turn my back.
That'd be dope. What's that one say?
It's wave emojis and
adding the people, the photographer and the stylist. They got me wavy. You see what I'm saying?
Wavy. Okay.
Yeah, got the blue pants on, wavy.
References.
You see what I'm saying?
So then they look down at the blue pants. They see the wave.
Well,
got it.
I don't know where they look. I just, you know what I mean? I just.
We see you, Thomas Jones.
Oh. So I don't do that. I actually
nigga
laugh.
whole government.
I laugh at people.
You know the nigga fine when you say they whole names. Said that nigga whole government.
Yo,
I've been guilty of it. I post some pictures where I'm like, okay, I look good today, so I'm just gonna post this and just put some shit.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's funny when some people go overboard.
Excessive, right?
Yeah, they go overboard, and it's like.
I saw a guy post a shirtless picture, and he was like trying to give himself props for like the weight loss goal that he thought he was accomplishing, but he was still fat. And
man.
But in his caption, it was like, just progress.
That nigga
coming.
lost 40 pounds. Don't be shitting on him. I did that. Look at me. I'm down 40 pounds.
Yeah, but you're like dying.
Yeah, you're starving. You're broke.
Yeah, he's depressed.
Yo, social media is relentless, man.
It is.
What are they saying?
Just in general. I mean, bro, it's just relentless as far as just, I've gotten into some arguments. And it's hard for me because, I have a slick mouth And you know, if somebody says something to me, I say something right back. It's just, and I think because I still have this whole competitive football thing that will never leave.
Never.
You know, yeah, immediately. Because in football, it's like you go from hanging out, laughing in the locker room with the linebackers, and then it's 30 minutes later we, you know, cracking each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just part of who I am. And then sometimes I look back on what I said, and I'm like, yo, like,
You was bugging.
let me delete this. Because you know, I have a slick mouth, and I you know, but you don't realize, like, you know, these people are getting a rise out of you talking to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're looking at you and they've seen you either play or they've seen you on TV or seen you on something, and they're like, "Wow!"
It's a badge of honor for you to like cuss them out.
Yeah,
probably.
you know, but
they have no lives.
But I think that, you know, no one's exempt from a good tongue thrashing. So
Speaking of tongue thrashing,
What the fuck?
what has been some of the craziest?
tongue lash.
What has been some of the craziest and wildest like experiences you've
Tongue
had with
lash.
like groupies? Like, have you had like anyone like show up in your hotel room, or have you had like crazy stuff like in your inbox of your IG? I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
A lot of celebrities in there.
Um.
Because I know you've dated one. We don't
Don't answer
That I
that
know
question.
of.
Don't
That
answer
I
that
know.
question,
No,
TJ.
shut up. This is our show.
For a lot of people, I mean, I think
look, tongue tied.
no. I'm trying to figure out the right thing to say, and be honest. Yeah, I mean, people in my
How many
DMs,
celebrities have been in your DMs? Would you, if you had to like pick a number, like are you like 1 to 2, 5 to 10, over 10? Were you ever like, damn, okay?
There's been a lot.
Any big like A-listers?
Don't answer that question.
Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
Whose side are you on?
Yeah, because sometimes people will come in, and then I guess when you don't respond back, they'll delete it.
You screenshot it first.
Oh, you
know,
can delete when you go in somebody's DM. You can delete
Well, I
it.
go back and it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So,
never knew that. I don't be in the DMs. You know, I don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, but I think that's the cool thing about social media. I mean, you can shoot your shot, and
You can.
know, and it's okay if you don't make it. You know, like it's okay.
Do you have any incredible groupie tales you'd like to share with us? Like one time I was at the hotel in Cleveland and a girl like was in my hotel room.
I lived in Miami. I've lived in Miami since 2004.
Say no more.
But
Damn, man.
yeah, Miami
down in
was pretty
Miami,
crazy. Yeah, back in the day, like,
Very aggressive.
Yeah, I mean,
Shooting
because certain cities, you know, if it's a major city, you know, I played in Chicago, I played in New York, live in Miami, live in LA. I mean, the reality is, you know, people know that there's celebrities in here that have money and status. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times in those major cities like that, people are like, yo, that my goal is to get with one of those people that by any means necessary.
I can't believe there's women out there like that. It's
And it's, I mean, and there guys are the same way though. Guys are the same way like that with
we
women.
worse, though.
Guys are the same way with women. You
The
know,
male
they'll
groupie is real.
They'll see a woman on TV or even an Instagram model, you know, and go nutty. So I mean, it's no double standard. It's the same both ways.
Okay, we are gonna get to some talking about your career as well. We also we feel free, you know.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, let them do this. I'm having a great time
Are you
over
okay?
here. Yes, I am.
Okay, so you made the transition from being a football player to an actor, and a successful actor at that. You're on Luke Cage right now, second season, right?
Yeah, season 2.
And
I gotta start watching it. Who do you play on Luke Cage?
I play a character Comanche from the comic book.
Oh shit.
yeah, he's on there.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Glad to
really,
see
really
you
good
read
season.
the email I sent you about our guest.
Yeah, but I didn't know he was on Luke Cage. I'm sorry. Shit.
No, he's just off the cuff. It's all
I'm
good.
sorry, man.
And
That's
before
awesome.
that, he was on Being Mary Jane,
Right.
and you've done a lot. So talk about some of the projects you've done.
He also sings, right?
In the shower.
Do you
He's
sing?
in the shower.
With the shirt off.
Tom Jones.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You know what? It's just
Nobody watching this
Well,
damn
you said
podcast know who the
you
fuck
said he was
Tom-
the whitest black guy. So
Who in the fuck
why
would know-
why are you surprised by that?
Oh Lord have mercy.
Or the blackest white guy, whatever he put it, whatever.
he's dark.
Um,
You're dark white.
I will say this: I did see you on Be Mary Jane. I did see that.
Okay, yeah, Being Mary Jane,
Yeah.
which was kind of the first. That was one of actually the first big thing. That
He was
really
fucking
kinda put me-
Pauletta. See,
Lot
I
of
watched
sex
the show,
scenes?
so y'all know I know what's going on. He was fucking Pauletta.
You get a lot of sex scenes in your work, don't you?
Oh, Mary Jane. What's her name? Mary Jane.
Mary
Paul.
Jane Paul, right? They used to
yeah,
call her Pauletta. See
Oh,
there? I
right,
know. I
this
watched the
dude.
show, brother. Come on now.
And then I saw
nickname.
you in the NWA movie as a large man.
Oh, straight out of Compton. Yeah, it's so funny when somebody try to go in my comments and say what they say. Well, I see your career's not going too well playing large man and straight out of Compton, and I was like, well, you know, the movie is the highest grossing biopic of all time, and I had a scene that was pretty memorable.
It's a great movie.
So it's funny. Large Man is hilarious on my IMDb.
But to be fair though, you went from there to Abusive Man in your next role, right?
Was that 9 Rides?
9 Rides, yeah.
Yeah. I play a large man. I play an abusive man.
Who'd you beat up?
Well, I didn't beat up anyone in that movie. I play basically an abusive boyfriend that it's a situation where my girlfriend wants someone's calling her, and I want to know who it is because I think she's cheating on me. And we're in an Uber. So Matthew Cherry directed the movie. It's basically about an Uber driver that on New Year's Eve he's driving and he has 9 different pickups. So each different pickup has a different scenario.
Oh shit!
And in my scenario is me and her are arguing once we get in the Uber and we're going to another party, and I've have a history of hitting her, and so we get in the Uber and we're arguing and we're going to another party, and her phone rings, and I ask her who it is, and she doesn't want to tell me, and the Uber driver gets involved in the conversation, and me and the Uber driver get into confrontation. So it's a pretty intense.
And what was the
movie.
name of that one again?
9 Rides.
9 Rides.
Yeah, Matthew Cherry directed that. Yeah. So I was abusive man in that. I think everything else I had a name. a real name.
So Luke Cage comes on. Where can they find your show?
You can see it on Netflix. It's streaming now.
Okay.
On Netflix, both seasons, season 1, season 2. I was in season 1. I had one episode 4, which was the origin episode, which basically shows how he got his powers, and in season 2, I had a very big role that was received really well, which I was happy about because it gave me a chance to really show my range as an actor. I moved to LA about 4 years ago, and I knew
you on Luke Cage already. This nigga doing this shit.
Well, I knew
44 episodes in this range.
Right.
Yeah, one sponsor.
I knew as an athlete, what I did was, when I retired and I really said I'm going to commit to acting, I just went away from football for a while, and then I added my middle initial to my name so I could kind of separate Thomas Jones, the football player, from Thomas Q. Jones, the actor. And then when I popped up on Being Mary Jane, nobody knew I was acting. They were like, what?
Wow.
And a lot of people that saw it for the first time, they didn't know it was me because I lost weight. I lost about 20 pounds. I played at 230.
Probably had to for the acting, right?
Yeah, because I was too big, but I lost weight. And what I wanted to do was kind of like sneak attack. Like I didn't want to just be a football player trying to act because that's how people perceive you because everybody likes to put you in a box and compartmentalize you. So I was like, let me lose some weight, add my middle initial, slide in, sneak in here. And I popped up on Being Mary Jane. And before they could realize I was a football player, they were like, who's this new actor? So first impressions are everything. And,
for sure.
And I moved out here and I was in an actor studio for 3.5 years, 6 hours a week.
God damn.
So yeah, I'm a trained actor, man. This is
hell yeah, god damn.
That's when you can afford that.
God damn.
Because it could go one of two ways.
I need scholarships.
It could go good, like fortunately it has because I put the work in, or it could go extremely bad.
There's other actors. There's other football players that are in the acting world now. Kerry Rose, was that your teammate before?
Yeah. He was my teammate in New York.
Got it. And I'm trying to think who else acting.
But is it because you were a professional athlete that you have no problem making the transition? Because I know like a lot of football players do act, like because you're used to practicing and putting in the work.
Yeah, I mean that's really what it is. I mean it really is just.
Ask questions.
No, I'm serious though because
that was a great question. That was a great question.
It's hard. I mean, football is a very, very hard job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to be consistent. You have to,
round.
And you have to learn how to be comfortable with getting told no. You have to be able to be comfortable with losing and coming back from it.
Like being an actor. Yeah,
same thing. You know,
Right.
even when it comes to the actual acting, the act of acting. You know what I mean? It's kind of like in football, you have your playbook. The more you know your plays, the more you know the tendencies of the defense, and you understand the schemes. The more prepared you are, then you'll just be able to react. You're not thinking; you're just reacting. As an actor, the more you know the script, the more you know your lines, the more you know the backstory of your character. The substitutions, all the you make it very personal. Then when you get on set, you actually live it. Like when the ball snap, you don't know what's going to happen. The play's drawn up to go a certain way, but when the ball snap, you just react.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And as an actor, it's the same thing. It's kind of like you know the lines, you understand what's going on, but sometimes when they say action, it's kind of like said hut. Now you win it. Now you reacting based off of how much work you've done. So if you haven't done enough work, you're not going to be a good actor. People are going to look at you and they're not going to either be intrigued by you or they're just not going to believe you. And that's usually what happens sometimes with a lot of athletes, because even though they have the work ethic, they don't know how to separate and humble themselves from being this, on this main stage as an athlete, and then having to strip everything down and say, okay, I'm in a different industry and I have to, learn this industry, and I have to respect the people that came before me. Like in my acting classes, the hardest thing that I had to do at first was just have my coach make me look stupid in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm coming from football where the coach isn't saying anything to me.
Right.
I'm the starter, and I'm making money. But in my class, I'll be in the beginning of the scene, and you're nervous, and you have your lines. There's 40 people watching you, and then the coach just says, stop, Thomas. What are you doing?
What is that?
What are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm looking at him, and I have this outfit on for the scene, so I had to go get it out. So I'm sitting there like, well, I'm doing this. No. Why did you do this? I don't believe you. In front of everybody.
What choice you make? Yeah.
So, once you kind of get past that do I look stupid phase, then you're able to, use all the skills that you have from football and then really live it. And that's what I was able to do.
I'm definitely going to fuck with Luke Cage. Another friend of mine is on there too, Anthony Smith.
Oh, yeah. She's on there. Yeah, she does it. She's incredible on there too.
We did a project together too.
Yeah.
Well, we will definitely look out, and all of our viewers, please go support Tom
Luke Cage
Jones.
on Netflix.
Yes,
please.
And I know you do films and all that as well. So you're produced.
I have a movie I did called A Violent Man, where I play an MMA fighter that gets accused of murder. It comes out December 21st.
You're a bad guy a lot. You're
right. Goddamn.
Well, this guy isn't really a bad guy. He's a confused guy.
But you said accused of murder, so that don't mean he did it.
Accused of murder.
See, accused.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's accused of it. So it's a really interesting movie. It has the ending will have you like, what?
And when will that
it's
be
one
out?
Of those, December 21st.
Okay, well,
and that's directed by Matthew Berkowitz, and I executive produced that through my production company, IME Films.
Oh, nice.
And we'll have a TV show too. I'm shopping right now with my other producing partner, Deji LeRae. It's a really dope show. I can't really go into detail about it because I don't want to.
No. Right. Don't mess up the check.
But I'll come back once it's out.
Please.
Hell yes.
And I think everyone's going to benefit from it for sure. But I definitely think all four of us, the black men in the room, will really appreciate what we're trying to do.
Good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think you guys will really appreciate what we're trying to do.
We got a roll?
Well, yeah, we got some cameos. We got
some educational
10
stuff.
episodes. 10 episodes.
Listen, this brother, he's trying to learn from you. While you
I never getting rolls inside here.
Yeah, we got. Yeah, man, we can always throw you in the mix.
All right, cool.
That's the good thing about having your own show. You do what you want to.
Right. I think we're taking a pause right now.
No, we're not. We're ready.
Okay, so we want everybody to support that. Okay.
Yes. What was the next story you wanted to go to?
Okay. So more craziness in the news this week.
We talking about Nicki Minaj,
Well, Nicki Minaj and Safari have been going at it all week. Have you been paying attention to it on social media?
I mean, you can't help but see
right,
it.
it's
but
everywhere.
But I haven't really I don't really get into.
She blasted him. She says she bought his hairline, and it
today he said he made $30,000 off of that hairline because people was asking him where did he get it done, and he was referring people and he made money off of it.
And then they got offered a book deal for like $500K. So he's winning right now
because of her.
I think Nicki it's no secret that the album sales weren't great this week for Queen, and Cardi B has doubled that, right? Supposedly that's the story. I feel like she's too big of a star to be engaging some of these antics, I think. There is an argument to be made about defending yourself, but then I'm like, at this point, it's like, look, just let the numbers
No, Controversy sells albums. Well, now they don't sell albums anymore. It moves. What do they do? Downloads.
Downloads, I guess.
Yeah, so of course you're gonna start some shit with Safari and go back and forth. It's the hottest shit on the internet now, so now people are gonna go buy her shit.
Will you buy her album because she said she bought her ex a hairline?
But the kids will.
Would you? As a millennial?
I just download it.
See? I told you.
Illegally.
Illegal download.
Right. I get it for free.
Okay.
I'm paying for that shit.
Oh, that's nice. You're admitted to that on camera. That's awesome.
Right.
You see the price of music nowadays? Yeah. Come on now.
Jerron, stop acting like your family's not rich.
Right.
Like your father took you to Hawaii for like 3 weeks.
Right. Yeah, it was.
It was like 10 days. Thank you gift for me being a good son.
A good son?
Yeah.
My father stole my bike, nigga. How about that? This nigga talking about some.
His dad was a crackhead. He still harmed him.
Oh wow.
He stole his bike and
sorry about your luck, man.
And his grandma used to throw piss at him. He had a really hard upbringing.
It happens.
Wow.
And so he thinks a lot of that stuff is normal.
That sounds like a movie. We need to talk, man. We need a script. We can write that script for you, man. Get that on BET.
And up until about 6 months ago, like, he was fat, and now he's like, look at this nigga's wrist.
I wasn't
look at
fat.
This wrist. His wrist like a 12-year-old girl right now.
First of all,
Cameron,
I wasn't
can you
fat.
zoom in? Yes, you were.
I was not. I was a little heavier.
You had hips.
I lost 12 pounds.
You did not lose 12 pounds.
And he thought he was a dad for how long?
That was 9 months, but that was in the 90s, man. That was a long time ago.
So what do you mean you thought you were a dad for 9 months?
He used to pay prostitutes, and he made a baby with one of them.
That's not the truth. She's mixing up stories.
So what happened?
The prostitutes was later in life. What happened was I was on a radio show in Buffalo. I was on WBOK.
Oh, God.
And he probably played Buffalo when they lost to the Bills, and when he was on the Jets. So
no, I played him in Toronto when we won, and then I played him in 09 when I had 210 yards on 22 carries and a touchdown.
Take that.
That's 28 fantasy points.
Jet single game record. But go ahead.
I remember that game.
Anyway, I was reminiscing. My bad.
I digress. No, but I was dating a girl. Not dating. I was one of our interns. I was banging her.
Oh my God, it was an intern?
Yes. She was one of my. It was a 19-year-old intern. I was only 27 at the time, and she got pregnant. So she told me it was my baby. I'm a man, so I'm gonna take care of my kid. And it turned out it wasn't my kid.
After how long of you raising the baby?
9 months. I raised this baby for 9 months.
Does she have your last name?
Yeah, Stephanie Wilson.
So why'd you wait that long to get a?
We got in an argument one night, and I was like, "I'm tired of your bullshit. I'm gonna put the white man on you," because she wouldn't let me.
Did the baby look like you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she kind of did. It was black and Puerto Rican, so you can't really tell,
But she looked real Puerto Rican, though, right?
What? No. I mean, here's the thing. Right now, I have proof that it's not my daughter, but she looks like my cousins. Right now, it's hilarious.
So, but she don't look like you.
No. She look like my girl cousins now. No. But you got to realize she was 9 months old, so when it's a baby, of course it's going to look like you. They all look like when you feed them.
But I'm saying she didn't have none of none of your features.
You would think so. Listen, let me tell you something right now. When you have a baby, the baby don't look like you in the first couple of months. It don't.
No. I mean, I understand that, but I mean, sometimes you can.
It was a black and Puerto Rican baby, and it would look mixed. So you think it's gonna start? It's gonna start to look like you eventually.
So okay.
Do you have
I raised
kids,
it for
Thomas?
9 months.
No
kids.
No, not yet. No.
So 9 months of being a dad.
Yeah, it was a wonderful time, and then it's over. So I have a parenting.
So do you still keep in touch with?
No, my mother do, because my mother's a reverend, so she forgive everybody. But I don't.
So how do you feel when Father's Day comes along? When Father's Day comes along, do you feel bad?
No, not at all. Because I've never had a Father's Day because my father wasn't around. So what the fuck would I care for?
All right.
She was only 9 months. Father's Day didn't come around when I was a father.
Yeah, this dude right here, he's a walking script.
He really is
script.
something. Y'all, that's why I really here. Y'all can connect. Another racist attack.
Which one?
There was a woman who threw a hot cup of coffee at a Latino a worker that came to her building, and he had the key box and everything. He had the key and everything from the owner to go do some work in a building.
And she blocked him, wouldn't let him in the driveway.
She thought she was gonna be robbed or raped by the scary Mexican or Puerto Rican, whatever she thought he was, and she threw a cup of hot coffee in his face. And he was gracious enough to say, I wasn't really injured, so I'm not going to press charges against her.
He said,
she's crying that she's not racist.
He took the high road.
What did she say? She's crying, saying what?
I'm not a racist.
Because she blocked him. They showed her the keys and the garage openers, and she wouldn't let them in.
Why wouldn't he press charges?
Again, we, black and brown folks, way too forgiving.
He took the high road.
At this point,
it's in Century City, actually.
At this point in America, there is no high road. The gloves are off.
Right, that's assault
because people are dying. People are dying because of racism. You see the guy in Florida that got shot in the parking lot over the handicap.
Yeah.
So people are literally dying right now over taking the high road. It's dangerous, and I'm not saying people should go out and try to get money off of somebody, but at this point right now, it's like it's real, man.
Yeah, she assaulted him. You can literally slap her and get away with it.
That's called battery. It's battery, what she did.
You never know what's going to happen. So I was on a plane 3 months ago, and so I sit down on the plane, and I'm on the aisle, a lady's on the middle seat, and she kind of looked at me, and kind of smiled, and I was like, hey, and I'm quiet. I got my earphones on. I don't really like talking on the plane because I don't really like flying. So I'm on there and I'm on my phone. I'm looking at something, and we getting ready to take off. And she's talking to me, and I couldn't hear. So I took my earpiece out. And I said, "Excuse me." She said, "Is your phone on airplane mode?" And I was like,
"The lady or the flight attendant?"
Lady sitting next to me, like white lady sitting next to me, and I was like, "Why?" She's like, because it's supposed to be on airplane mode before we take off. I was like, yeah, but you're not a flight attendant, so I don't have to answer you. And she was like, well, you know, it needs to be on. And I'm like, well, I don't have to answer you. You're not a flight attendant. So I said, please stop talking to me. Politely. Because I was like, it's none of your business what my, like, you're not, like, I didn't pay you. I paid Delta, whoever.
Yeah.
So I put my earphone back on. She starts going crazy. I can't fly. I can't fly. I can't fly on here. I can't fly on here. And everybody's turning around. And I can't hear what she's saying. I just see her motion. So I took my earphones off. And she's like, I can't fly on here. I have to get off the plane. You have to let me off the plane. Flight attendants come over. They're like, what's going on? This guy right here, he yelled at me. He was gruff. I don't even know what gruff means. He said I was gruff. And I said, what? I'm literally like, how did this happen? I'm like, no, I'm literally sitting here minding my business. And then the lady was like, and mind you, we had already
started taxiing.
Yeah, we're already getting ready to. So, okay, we can't fly. They had to stop the plane, go back to the terminal. You know what I'm saying? And the lady is going nuts. So she's like, can you move up to the front? And I said, yeah. I said, I grabbed my bag, I moved to the front, and I'm sitting there. And the lady's still going crazy. Now she's going crazy. She's saying all kinds of stuff. So then the police come on the plane.
Oh, my God.
What?
Police come on the plane. Hey, do you have your ID? Can we see you in the front? Like, yeah. So I go in the front. I'm like, what happened? I was like, the lady asked me, was my phone on airplane mode? I told her I don't have to answer her because she's not a flight attendant. Next thing you know, I'm over here talking to you guys. I don't know what happened. I paid for this flight. It's unacceptable. I've never had any kind of problem like this. And so then the lady, I see them escorting her off the plane, her and her husband. And they were like, okay, you're fine. So I went back on the plane. And the guy sitting next to me at that time said, wow, this lady was nuts. She said that you threatened her. Like all of us around you were saying that that didn't happen because the flight attendants were asking them what happened. And she was saying he threatened me and I was scared. And they were like, well, no, he didn't. Some guy turned around and said, no, he didn't. He didn't threaten you. The guy saw the whole thing. He had his earphones on and you asked him a question. He didn't want to answer you. And then she got upset. But luckily those people
stood up.
Yeah, because they would have just kicked me off the plane.
Yeah. So was the phone on airplane mode?
No,
Was it? Okay. All right.
But it was none of her business.
The moral to the story.
The reality is, I was on my phone and I turned my phone off on the plane, so I don't even have it on airplane mode. So as soon as we get ready, because I don't want anything happening, I don't want I'm like, I don't want my phone to be on. I don't whatever. And there's a TV there, so I just watch TV. So I cut my phone on. I don't ever have my phone on the plane. So I was going to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I don't have to answer that. I don't have to tell you. Who are you to ask me what I'm doing with my phone? Mind your own business.
These pilgrims think they're the captain of their vicinity.
Yeah,
every time they're around somewhere, they're going to tell you where you can park. I was at the bank and this lady parked in a handicap spot just to run to the ATM for a second. This white lady sped up and cornered her and parked in front of her and started yelling at her. You don't know if somebody handicapped. And the black lady's like, bitch, if you don't move. Like they feel that they, whatever vicinity they in, that they're the fucking captain.
But that's the reality. Like, you can't, that's why I'm saying you can't take the high road nowadays because it's dangerous. Unfortunately,
she tried to Rosewood you, actually. That's what they did in Rosewood. A woman lied and said a black man raped her. Really, the truth was that she was fucking somebody else and got busted. So she got a whole city burnt down and a bunch of black people, men and women, killed and hung. Yeah. And their descendants are still, like their families are still around. And it's crazy. Like a lot of women, especially white women, not all, of course, but they play that victim like, oh, I was so scared. This black man threatened me and he yelled at me, and they will believe them. You see the protester?
Too.
You see the protester that
got hit in the face?
That had the sign, the white woman snapped the sign, and then she ran to the police and said, oh, I didn't do nothing. The cop was like, I know.
Well, it's reality. The reality is it's not everybody. And I think that's the messed up part about it. It's not everybody. You know, all issues that white people have with black people, it's not all black people because black people aren't perfect either. Black people do stupid stuff, right? But not all black people. You know, white people do stupid stuff, but not all white people. So it's messed up because you don't know who's who. You know what I'm saying? And if you assume, and the minute you assume that this person, alike. But as soon as you assume that person's not gonna do something or is not like that, they are. So that's what I'm saying. The times right now, it's like, the gloves are off in America. The gloves are off. And the only good thing I think is hopefully once all this passes, things will be new, fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Give it 2 years. Once he's out of office, watch everything. He's going to be the next Sarah Palin. He's going to disappear and he's going to be a joke.
This is what I told someone today. One of my white Republican friends, we were talking about this administration and everything. And I said, he's like, but Trump's getting us on the right foot, on the right path financially. I was like, you only care about finances because like you're a wealthy person. So I said socially the damage that's being done. You don't have to live as a person of color now and seeing the increase of aggressive acts against us and violence against us and fear that we already had. Now it's times 10. The average person now, it's not just the police we have to worry about. It's some bitch at the bank that's like, oh, he threatened me, or someone on the airplane that's saying, oh, you need to do this, because they feel so emboldened and so empowered now. And I said now there's a whole new younger generation of racists that's being instructed and
they
inspired.
Quick to say go back to Africa.
And now we got to wait another 30, 40 years for these motherfuckers to die off. And that, you know what I mean? Like, I thought we were at the tail end of it. Like, okay, we had some 60, 70-year-olds they'll be dying off soon. Now a whole new batch has been created. There's a whole new movement.
The alt-right.
But you got a whole new batch of kids that aren't like that too, like the kids from Parkland that went through that whole, so you've got you've got a generation of kids that are following suit because they're taught that, and then you have kids who don't understand that they are growing up with other cultures and races and mixing and listening to hip hop music and seeing black culture and embracing black culture. So I think it's on both ends. It's even on both ends. You know what I'm saying? And obviously to us as black people, it's overwhelming because we are a minority.
We're stressed the fuck out right now,
and it's never ending. It's a constant daily.
We got PTSD
thing.
right now.
We do.
From the time you step out of your house, you don't know what's gonna. You have no idea what kind of racial will just happen out of the blue. Like I said, like on the plane. And that's something that is hard to explain to white people because they don't experience that, and because they don't experience that, some of them don't have any empathy for us. I'm not asking anybody for any empathy. At the end of the day, the reality is things are the way they are. They've been this way since slavery. It's just hidden now. Things are
it's out in your face.
But I'm saying at this point right now, every time that we step outside of the house, there's potential for something just.
If you get pulled over by a cop car, there's a 50-50 chance as a black man that's the last time you be alive right there.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Did someone call you out on that stat, like in our comments?
I'm just saying, no, I'm telling you right now, this is my opinion. If you get pulled over by the cops, there's a 50-50 chance you ain't gonna make it.
You think so?
If a cop pulls you over and you're a black man, there's a 50-50 chance you ain't gonna make it.
What if it's a black cop?
Still,
really?
a blue blood is a blue blood,
well,
dude.
You saw the cop that beat up the guy in
Baltimore.
Oh, they quickly found some charges for his ass.
Of course.
But when you kill them, no, they're free. I need white folks to understand that racism isn't just someone burning a cross on your lawn and calling you a nigger with the ER at the end. It's not just that. It's slight things. It's agitating a black man on a plane and then calling the police and getting them riled up and making you look like a thug and then letting the police do the dirty work and kill you. Hopefully that's what they're thinking, right? It's slight things. It's people like just being extra rude to you, throwing an elbow when they bump into you. It's little things like that. It's not so blatant where it's just like, oh, you're a nigger and that's it. No, it's a lot of like just disrespect throughout the day. And they know black folks by nature, I hate to generalize, but we're emotional. We're very passionate. We're a passionate people. So these cops, so they provoke little things. They do little things.
They know how to do it.
They know how to push your buttons. Don't let them push your buttons. It's so hard.
You just got to outsmart them. Man, a cop yelled at me one time just thinking that they was going to get underneath my skin. I'm playing Aretha Franklin, by the way. And the lady cop, she puts a flashlight on my face and she's like, turn that shit down. So naturally I laughed like, wow. Like,
really don't like Aretha.
And then she said, is something fucking funny? And I was just like, no, officer, because I know she wanted me to say something back so she can have a reason. But I'm like, I'll turn the corner. I was like, bitch. But, I wouldn't do it in her face. But
what a good thing about social media, too, is you've seen a lot of these people getting exposed and they're getting fired from their jobs. And that's sending a signal to a lot of people, too, because some people may want to do that, but maybe they've seen a story on someone that was just openly racist or blatantly racist and they were recorded and then they lost their job.
Shout out to Sean King. He getting all them niggas fired.
Yes, he is.
So,
and in the alt-right rally in D.C. was a total bust this weekend.
That's
than 24 people showed up as opposed to the protesters of the alt-right Unite the Right-wing KKK light rally they tried to have in D.C. of all cities.
Yeah.
And very few people showed up. But funny, the police did make sure to escort them and have them give them protection.
But they don't want to, do the Dolphins and who else was who kneeled this weekend? The police are protesting the police unions.
They're saying not to buy tickets to Dolphins games.
Dolphins games, yeah. Yet you'll support the alt-right.
Yet we still don't talk about police brutality. We're only talking about the kneeling and how these rich, privileged black men are disrespecting the anthem.
Right, because they came from the hood and they need to appreciate that.
Because they're not earning the money. That's the ill part about it with me. 12 years in the NFL, it's a job. You know, people say, you know, you guys getting paid millions of dollars to play a game. I love for somebody to say that to come on the field. To see what kind of
risking concussions.
To see what kind of a game it is. It's not a game.
Hell
at that
no.
level.
That's
you know
gladiator type shit.
Yeah, guys are getting concussions, guys are breaking legs, tearing ACLs. I mean, injuries. The biggest thing I had to adjust to when I retired, to be honest, was just, wow, I'm not hurt. Like I'm not bleeding.
Wow.
I'm not scratched. I'm not, you know, because when you start the season, it's over. You know what I'm saying? But you see us and we get up after these hits, and you know, my parents' family would come to the game, and I'm in the room talking to them, and the night before the game, and having dinner and laughing and joking. But you know, I got a slice on my back. My whole these are helmet burns on my hands.
Yeah,
wow.
Damn.
From helmets just sliding across, or just bam, you know, or me pass protection or something like that, and somehow my hand gets caught in between.
Face mask.
Yeah, on this, you know, I mean, there's so many things that we go through that we just deal with on the regular. So when I retired, I was like, wow, like I'm not hurt. So now if I go to the gym and I get a little scratch, so I'm like, you know, where in football it's like I'm playing in the middle of a game, I got a glove on and blood come through the glove, and I'm not even thinking about it, you know, or you know, I got a Band-Aid here because I got a turf burn, and it's this all this is.
I know
pain.
y'all was happy when they got rid of turf, man.
They still have it.
What stadiums have turf? I thought they had that fake grass shit.
No, it's still turf. I mean, it has like little black pellets under there, so now you get black pellets and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not a game. We're earning a lot of money based off of the work that we putting in and the industry we're in. You know what I'm saying? It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. The players are actually getting chump change.
Let me ask you this. I read that you said you're going to donate your brain to science after to study the effects of concussions?
Yeah, I decided in 2012. I went to Boston University, and I met with Chris Nowinski and Ann McKee, and they're big proponents of concussion research. And they had, at the time, about 33 deceased NFL players' brains up there that they did research on for CTE. And they're finding out a lot of stuff about it to try to, I mean, you can't do anything about it, obviously, at this point. But they're trying to find, because this is a lot of guys are suffering from this and don't even know it.
How many concussions do you think you've had in your career?
Oh, man.
If you had to guess, like ballpark figure.
Don't say over 5.
See, this is the thing. When you think of concussion, you think, oh.
It's not always like that. You can have a concussion.
You get a concussion every day. Like, every day in practice. You get more concussions in practice than the game.
What?
Because in practice, in the game, I'm on offense.
Yeah.
So I'm only up when the offense is up. I'm not playing both ways.
Oh shit, right.
In practice, when we're hitting each other on offense, and then we go hit the defense. So we're warming up and hitting each other on offense, and then we turn right around and then we go hit the defense. So, and it's 2.5 hours, 3 hours, especially in training camp.
Hundreds?
Oh, I played in, counting preseason games, 240 NFL games. And
practice?
Training camps, practices. I think I played in. I had 2,600 carries in regular season games, and that's not counting practice or playoffs. I had
potentially
hundreds of 900, just little bam. You can't see nothing. Oh shit. Oh god. I could play. You're trying to put two people together. All of a sudden, you hit me, and I get up, and now I'm seeing everybody's 2. So you're 2, and you're 2. And then it's fat. It's 2 minute. It's 2 minute drill. So I got to hurry up and get back because it's no huddle. So I got to quickly try to put you guys together. I quickly got to put you guys as one before the ball snapped again.
So you have double vision for a while.
Yeah,
but who's responsible for that? Somebody in the huddle is always supposed to be looking at somebody to make sure everybody's over. Whose job is that?
I don't know. That's not even, no.
Really?
What kind of effects?
No. And you don't want to come out of the game, because if you come out of the game, then the next person behind you, they get in the game and score. So I've had times where I've run the ball all the way down to like the 10 or 15, and I got tackled and I hit my head on the turf, or, you know, it was a collision or something. And I know I can't see straight. I know I'm seeing black spots, but I'm like, I done ran it all the way down here. I'm not coming out, because if I come out and the next guy goes in and he scores a touchdown,
he gets the credit, right?
And then now it's a controversy. Now it's like, okay, well, such and such went in and he scored a touchdown and blah, blah, blah. So now, you know, who should. So you're thinking of all this stuff as you playing. You're not thinking of your health. You're thinking, I'm a warrior. If I can walk, I can play.
Now, is that because the contracts aren't guaranteed?
I think part of it's just the nature at that level in the NFL, because you've got the toughest, smartest, most athletic, literal warriors out there. You know what I'm saying? Even the teams that lose, people are like, oh, we suck. Well, most of the average loss margin is like 7 points. And usually it's one mistake that leads to a loss. It's a game of inches at that. Right. You didn't get a first down, you got an interception, fumble, you got a sack that took you out of field goal range. Everything's very specific.
Everything matters.
You know what I'm saying?
With how dangerous it is, and knowing what you know now, if you had a son, would you let him play football?
No. And that sucks because football taught me so much about life.
It's too dangerous now, right?
Yeah, I mean,
because they're getting bigger and faster, even though they got better medical technology.
Kids are huge now.
But it's still football. It doesn't matter. Football is football. It's actually a little safer now. Well, it's not safe, but it's a little safer because of the rules. Where now, I mean, you hit somebody, you're going to get a 15-yard penalty and you're going to get a fine. So that mentally will say, hey, you know what? I can't hit this. I have to hit this guy.
Would you let him play high school?
I don't think so.
What about two-hand touch?
You know what I mean?
Well, that's different now.
Flag football, stuff like that. It's hard, man, because it's I have 3 nephews and a niece, and my brother played in the NFL 8 years. I played 12. They grew up watching us play. They came to our games.
They wanted to play.
Do you regret playing football? Did you say
No, not at all, because I needed it. I needed a way out of my environment, a way out. My area is very small, and there really wasn't a lot of job opportunities. And my family didn't have Virginia. And my mom and dad were coal miners. They worked underground.
Oh, wow.
I have a big family, 7 kids, so they didn't have money to send me to college. So I needed football to at least get to college and be able to evolve and grow. And then I was fortunate enough to do well there and then get drafted. And then financially, it was great. I was able to help my family and change their lives. You know what I mean? So I don't regret playing football, but with what I know now, there's a lot of other ways that you can possibly get out besides football.
And now that you're an actor, memory is such a big part of it. Like, do you have any issues with your I had 3 concussions in my life just from stupid shit. Yeah. And I have issues with my memory all the time.
Yeah, it's funny sometimes. The good thing about being an actor is I constantly have lines to remember. And so I'm always memorizing lines. And so if I have an audition, I have a movie I just booked called Diary, and I start shooting on Monday. And I'm in the gym. I'm walking here, I'm walking there, I'm saying my lines, I'm talking to myself. It's like I got my earphones on, so I'm always talking to myself, and people are probably looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with
No, that's Hollywood. Everybody do that.
But I'm saying my lines, I'm in the Uber, going to an audition, and I'm saying my lines, I'm talking to myself, and I'm just reacting and just, so that helps me. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of guys don't have that outlet when you retire, because in football, your mind is at such a high pace. Like when that ball is snapped, before the ball snapped, you play an away game in a dome, right? And you can't hear the snap count. You got hand signals. The defense is doing this. The crowd is doing that. Your mind is just like in survival mode.
Every play.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So when you retire, you can't simulate that environment unless it's the military or something like that, where the stakes are that high. Like I know, for example, I was saying to somebody else, when I came in the NFL, they didn't play the national anthem. We were in the locker room. And even when they started playing the national anthem, I wasn't thinking about the national anthem. The night before we had a meeting, we go over the first 15 plays. The offensive coordinator's like, Thomas, the first 3 plays, we're giving the ball to you. So as I go to bed that night, I know in these first 3 plays, I'm going to get the ball. So 1 or 2 things is going to happen. I'm either going to have a good play, or I'm going to have 3 things. I'm going to have a bad play, or I'm going to get hurt off top, because that's when everybody's the most hyped. First play of the game, everybody like live, like everybody's ready to just hit. So I'm not thinking about the national anthem. I'm thinking, I got to make sure I got air in my helmet. I got to make sure my pads are on tight. I got to make sure I have my ankles, everything. So I'm kind of, the national anthem's playing, but my mind, I'm thinking about these next couple plays. We go in the coin toss, so now my stomach is a little bit nervous because I'm like, oh shit, and I'm focused. So, I don't know, man. I just really feel like if people could actually get on the field and see what we go through and feel what we go through, it would change everybody's perspective on us. And our memories you have to remember everything. You have to remember the plays. That's what happens. If you forget you have a hot route, the quarterback throws an interception, it's a pick six. Sometimes the quarterback's terrible. No, the receiver didn't know he had a hot route. He forgot he had a hot route on this coverage. So he runs the wrong route. He runs a streak route instead of running a slant route. And then the quarterback's thinking
it's a timing play, so he's gonna let the ball go.
Because it's a blitz. Because he only got three-step drop. Boom, 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 boom. We got to get out of his hand. If you don't get out of his hand, he's getting sacked.
And that's -2 fantasy points, by the way.
Oh, that is?
Yeah.
So seriously, what do you like, college or football? I mean, or NFL better?
College.
A lot of people say that, but y'all wasn't making them up. Why?
I mean, because it was just. It's kind of like I look at it like this.
I think they abuse college students, though. That's what.
Well, no, they do. They take advantage of them. But what I'm saying is, from a player's perspective, in high school, it's a game, and in college, it's an internship, and then it's a job in the pros.
How about that?
And that's what people's families don't understand, because people's families, especially young athletes that come into the NFL or NBA, that get money, that ask them for money, they don't know how to separate the internship in college from the job.
Wow.
And when you sign a contract, now you got a job.
Right.
It's not just, but because the game is the same, they don't know how to separate the business of it. So they're thinking, well, you doing what you was doing since you was a kid. So, and that's the same thing with fans that say, all these players, they need to stop kneeling. They need to be grateful that they have these opportunities. No, at the NFL, it's a job. It's not a game anymore. It's a job. So I think I like college because it was a lot less stressful. You've got your school.
Who'd you play for?
University of Virginia.
So y'all ain't getting no championship.
Nah, but we were good when I was there, though. We were always ranked. We were ranked in the top 15, top 10. I played with Tiki Barber, Rondé Barber.
Well, no, I wasn't throwing no shade.
No, we didn't.
Listen, the University of Buffalo can't say shit, so I ain't.
Virginia's an academic school, though. I
can tell you're a very smart brother.
So and I went there because just in case football didn't work out, I would at least have a good degree.
What would you do if you didn't do?
I majored in psychology.
Well, goddamn.
So when I graduated in 3 years. So I took English and physics in high school. So when I got to college, I had 13.
Right.
So I was like, football, I would want to go to the NFL, but just in case something doesn't work out, then at least I have something, because my whole goal was to be able to make money doing something to be able to help my family.
A brother with a backup plan.
That's hot. I'm not gonna bullshit y'all. This is one of my favorite interviews. I really enjoyed you, brother. Seriously.
Thank you, man.
I did. I know Jerron learned some shit, but for real, I sat back and was just enjoying this shit.
This is one of my favorite ones too. I love the candidness, man, and talking about, the thing is, you guys are honest on this show, and a lot of people aren't honest. And it's hard sometimes being a celebrity. People see this on YouTube, and then they, he don't like white people, or he don't like this, or he don't. It's not that. It's sometimes honest conversation is needed.
Yeah.
People need to hear the truth in an honest perspective. You know what I'm saying? And not in a disrespectful way, but in an honest way, because that's the only way that people are going to actually learn. So I appreciate the honesty that you guys have on this show, and candidness. Because I think at this point, with what's going on right now in the country, is needed.
And we took it easy with you today. We didn't really get into your business too much. So we were we behaved. I'm proud of us today. We behaved.
I'm pretty good at answering those questions.
We have to behave because we're on Dash Talk X. That's
why. Shall we do a lightning round of personal information? Should we just
I don't care. I'm one of those people. Sometimes my publicist is like, well, we want to know the answer. I'm like, no, I don't want to know the answers before.
No. I just want to make sure we let them know we're on Dash Talk X. But go ahead.
Dash Talk X. Okay, I like to be organic
Dash
with my
Talk
answers.
X, you said?
Yeah, you can make sure.
Okay, I'll give you a couple. We'll go around real quick before we wrap this up. Celebrity crush that you haven't smashed.
What the fuck?
I don't really have a celebrity crush, to be honest.
Okay,
I really don't. I think there's a lot of incredible celebrities, but sometimes the celebrity relationships, or sometimes celebrities are a little bit harder to handle.
Yes.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
This is a lightning round, so you gotta go quick. Okay. I usually don't say that to men, but just go fast.
Oh,
wow. Okay. Nicki Minaj or Cardi B?
Oh my God.
Wow.
You said you. He said he was.
Oh my God. I don't mean, honestly.
I'm gonna go Cardi B.
You said. You said.
Boom, 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 boom.
I've listened to more. I would have to go with Nicki Minaj because I've heard more of her songs.
Oh, how about that?
Oh wow. Okay.
I haven't really listened to much of Cardi B. She's popping. She's dope.
I already asked him NFL or college, so it's on you.
Worst teammate you played with?
Ooh, yes. You said honest.
Worst teammate I played with. Probably because he was a young kid. Cedric Benson in Chicago. Because he was a young kid and he didn't really.
You liked him?
Yeah, I did. He was on my fantasy team.
He was just young and we just didn't get along. So it wasn't because he was a bad person. It's just we were both competing for the same job and we just didn't get along. So.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Look. Now she's trying to think of something. I got it.
Because I don't know how ratchet I want to get with you.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So
Go
I'm
for it.
trying to, be.
Go for it.
We already been ratchet.
I have?
Huh?
I'm the epitome of class and style and
Epitome.
elegance. What are you talking about? We got to wrap it up.
I have another. Steve texted me his question. He's going to ask it.
Okay, good.
But Steve wants to know your workout routine so he can have 6-pack abs as well.
My workout routine. First of all, he's got to become a pescatarian.
Okay, you hear that, Steve?
Number one.
I believe in God. That's what that'll work.
Only eats.
That works.
You believe in fish? If you believe in fish, this works for
I'm
you.
allergic to fish.
Oh wow. Well, you can't be a pescatarian. That's the first start.
First of all, my abs is
you,
coming in. I got one ab. Fuck y'all. Look.
It's one giant ab.
Fuck y'all. My ab is coming in. I don't need you niggas.
He has those abs, the 300 abs, the sprayed on.
I got one ab. I do the scoop. My women don't be complaining. I got one ab.
On that note, you know what? I'm going to end this. Go ahead.
But I thought we was talking. We can't.
Anyways, thank you to Thomas Jones. Follow him on
Thomas
Instagram.
Q. Jones.
Thomas Q. Jones. And
Yes.
give us your social media, and we'll put it at the bottom of the screen.
My social media is Thomas Jones RB. Twitter and Instagram, and my Facebook is official Thomas Jones. I'm super active on social media. I respond back. Thank you to everybody that supported me on
Bills
social
Mafia,
media.
y'all can still support him though. He
would
he
you-
ran
Yeah,
for a
man,
lot of
listen.
y'all.
Would
You
you
can
go
still
out?
support him.
Would you go out with a fan if they hit you in social media?
Yeah.
All right, ladies, hit him on. Get in that inbox. Go ahead.
Yeah,
It goes
yeah.
down the DMs.
Yeah. I don't.
Would you just say it so we can get out of here?
All right, bye, niggas.
That's how y'all in the show.